It's kind of dark, I know, but watch this video and then we'll talk about it.
You're not yamming. You're not coming to my yard, eating my food, yeah, taking my water out of the fridge, running taking my resources, yeah. I'm not letting a woman come to my yard and take my resources.
I'm pretty sure that this is probably a skit or some kind of social media personality this dude has come up with, but either way, it's the truth. You can see behind him he has no sheets on his bed. He's probably struggling to survive. And I heard another creator say this, but they were like, are the resources in the room with us? And I have dated men who are well off, who are wealthy, who have a lot of money. And I'm not saying that they're better just because they have money. Don't start putting words and shit in my mouth. There's pros and cons to dating dudes with money. But one thing they're not worried about is you taking their resources. They're not worried about a gold digger. They are looking for opportunities to show off their money and how much of it they have. They have no problem buying you an outfit from head to toe. They have no problem paying your rent, paying off your car, buying you a new car, buying you whatever you require, your monthly maintenance, getting your massages and your eyebrows done and your nails done. Only men who ain't got it are worried about you stealing their pot of gold that's got one coin in the pot from them. And some of them ain't even got one coin in the pot. They got this imaginary money thinking that they're just this baller and shot caller, and they're not. It's a red flag to me, any man who's worried about a damn gold digger. You ain't got no gold. Women say this all the time. They're so busy worrying about this gold and they ain't even got no copper. Like, you need to get your life in order in the first place. You need to be doing things that will get you gold instead of worrying about these imaginary women that are lined up outside your door trying to take your resources from you. Money isn't everything, and I have said this before. There are pros and cons to dating dudes that have a lot of it. However, on that same note, I do take into consideration how much money a man makes before I would consider talking to him, because I definitely know that I don't want to date someone who has less money with me. Because have you ever been in that situation with a man who's intimidated and threatened by you? Oh my gosh, it's a scary situation to be in. And even if it's not necessarily a situation where you have more than them, a man who just isn't where he wants to be in life, woo, child, you're about to be in for the ride of your life. I stay away from that type of person at all costs. You gotta know, you gotta have something going on for yourself, because I can't be around people that ain't got shit to lose. And you gotta be doing okay for yourself, okay? I'm not saying you gotta be, the richest man in the world, but you don't need to be in a situation where you're in financial ruin and you're always worried about how your bills are going to be paid and you have no room to have fun. I know how to treat myself. My responsibilities are taken care of. So I don't want to date you and now we're taking a step back and I'm having to cut corners. No. I want more of what I'm doing now, okay? If I'm treating myself, giving myself goddess treatment, and now because I'm with you, I gotta cut corners and cut things out and take the cheaper option, I'm sorry, call me superficial, but I would be lying to myself if I said that I would be okay with that. You don't have to be rich, but you do have to add to the life that I have, not going backwards. I don't want to hear a speech about baby. And listen, this is totally, I'm 41 years old. If you're 16 years old or 18, totally different situation. I'm not talking about the young kids, people under the age of 26, because you're in college, your brain has not developed, you're still figuring your life out. But for us older gals, okay, I don't want to be in a situation where you're telling me, well, I can't afford to take you nowhere, so we're going to go for a walk. Are we going to a walk to your other bank so you can get money from there? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. Like, I can't. I'm not going on a coffee date because you only got $10 in your bank account. I'm not going to feel like I got to cheapen and lessen my experiences because I'm going to make you feel bad because you can't afford to do the stuff that I'm doing. I'm not going to be at the mall with you holding your hand and you're afraid to walk into a store with me because God forbid I ask you for something and you are overdrawn in your bank account. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. You have to have your finances in order. You have to have things going on for yourself. You cannot be selfish or greedy. You must be generous. And there's only adding and multiplication going on in my life. And you can call that superficial. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it macaroni for all I give a shit. But I'm telling you, after you get a certain age, there are certain things that are no longer cute. It's not funny to not have your finances in order. I get people going through hard times. Trust me, I have been there, and I 100% understand that anything can happen to bring me back to those days. And if that does happen, I will not be dating during that time, okay? And I hope I don't offend anyone. But if you are in financial ruin, you should not be dating. You need to be focused on getting things back together. That was the biggest mistake that I made when I was first getting my life back together and I was trying to date and focusing on the wrong shit. I was stressed out, and from a woman's perspective, I'm stressed out trying to find a provider. So I'm trying to hurry up and rush things along, and I'm willing to settle for dudes who treat me like shit, all because I'm tired of paying the bills by myself, right? And it's the same thing with dudes. You're tired of paying bills by yourself, so you're looking for somebody to go 50-50 with. Fuck all that shit. I'm not saying you gotta be rich. I'm not saying anything against people who are having a hard time. But if you're having a hard time, you need to take time to get out of that hard time, okay? And I can't date anyone who is going to subtract from me. I would be insane. I have done too much work on myself to get where I am, to go anywhere but forward.